So people are really struggling with the concept of working. The fact that we have to go to work for 8+ hours a day. You go home, go to sleep, and then wake up and do it all over again for 5 days a week if you're lucky. And the fact that we have to do this for 30, 40 years, basically the rest of our lives, until it's time to retire. People are really struggling with this concept. So in this video, I have a 23-year-old. She's going to talk about how she's already tired of working, right? And 23 is young, right? This is the time where you're supposed to grind, right? This is when you're in your youth, you have the most energy. This is the time where you're supposed to be maximizing your ability to work, right? Until you get to a point where you're getting older and you've created a spot for yourself where you don't have to work as much, but you're still getting, you're making more money. But for a lot of people, dealing with this concept is a struggle. So I'm gonna let her talk and then hear what she has to say, and I'll give my commentary.
I know we've already been talking about this for a long time, but like working really just feels so fucking unnatural. Like for 40 hours a week, someone else is telling you that you can't sleep, can't eat, you have to ask to go to the bathroom, or like let someone know that you're going to the bathroom.
Like what? Who's not letting you go to the bathroom? Like what? I mean, and first of all, like second, like what concept is new, and what part of that concept is new? Like, all right, you're working, right? So you can't sleep while you're working, right? Like no matter whatever you're doing in life, you just can't go to sleep. That's not the time to go to sleep. Two, eating, right? Obviously you can't eat unless you're on break, right? Okay, now if you have like a bar you want to eat, you can probably do it. You can get away with that. But you obviously, while you're working, you're not able to eat, right? Now if you're using the bathroom, if you need to use the bathroom, you can go use the bathroom. And this is not a new concept. You've done this in school, right? You're in school. You got to ask if you teacher if you can go to the bathroom. You can't sleep, obviously, and obviously you can't eat until it's lunchtime. Like this is not a new concept, right? We've been doing this for ages now. You can argue that this is the system that they've created so we can be little worker bees. You can see that you can make that claim. But I mean, obviously, if you're working, you just can't do some of these things. So. But yeah, so it's nothing. That's not nothing new. It's not nothing new. A part of any part of society, any culture around the world. So yeah.
And like you're just living under all these rules for 40 hours a week. That's crazy. That's the whole week. And you think like, oh, you have 8 hours on, like 12 hours off. No, you don't. You come home at 5:30. If you want to go to the gym, you get home around like 7:30 if it's a quick workout. If you really fucking push it, it's like 8. Then you got to cook dinner. Then you got to clean up from working. And then you go to bed and wake up at what? 7, 6 so that you can go back to work for 8 hours a day and then have 2, maybe 3 hours to yourself afterwards. And I realize this is a conversation we've been having, but can we keep having it? Because like until something changes, this is fucked up. This is actually fucked up.
I mean, look, I get it. Like deep down, part of me, I understand. Like I've had similar complaints in my life. Not the whole concept of working, right? But for me, it was just like working for someone else, right? It was like, oh gosh, I just can't work for somebody else. I gotta do my own thing, right? And that's understandable for anyone. I'll always like if people have an issue with that, I totally understand, because myself, I had that issue and I did something about it. However, the whole concept of work, like working is just a part of life, right? That's just something you can't avoid. And you're talking about 40 hours, like not only in America but across the globe, right? People are working more than 40 hours. 40 hours is nothing, right? There's people working way more than 40 hours to get the things they need. So the fact that here you're talking about 40 hours is like, I mean, what do you just not want to work, period? And I hear the concept, people want to talk about, oh, we need to go to a 4-day work week, right? All right, cool. People will find a way to complain about that. 4-day work weeks are not enough. People find ways to complain about that as well. They're already doing it, right? People are saying, oh no, we need to go to 3-day work weeks. I'm like, just say you don't want to work. Just say you want to just chill and just get paid for it. I could like, all right, I could get it. I understand. But the fact that you want to bring it down to 4 and 3 days a week, I mean, I get it, man. Like nobody wants to work, right? Nobody wants to work for someone, right? It's just the constant grind of doing things 8 hours and then doing it all over again. Yeah, it's tedious, but I mean, what part of life has that not always been the case? So let's say we get rid of the whole job, right? The whole job mentality, or just jobs in general, right? We just throw you in the woods, right? All right, so what would you do? How would you survive, right? You have to eat, right? You have to hunt, right? You need weapons, right? You need to build weapons to hunt and then also protect yourself. You need to build shelter, right? And fire to make sure to keep warm at night. You need to make clothes. You would need constant work. You would have to be working. Like, these things would not be done for you, right? You would have to constantly work in order to get all these things. So you can't avoid work. There's no way of avoiding work. You're gonna work in some capacity, some way you're gonna be working. Right? And back in those days, man, that seems like a lot more work compared to what's going on now. That the fact that you could just go to the store, buy your clothes, the fact that you could just purchase a house and you'd have shelter, the fact that you can go to the grocery store and get your food, all these things are already done for you. All you have to do is get a job, get paid, make some money, and then purchase these things. That's the level. That's the level of work you have to do. That's it. See, to me, that seems a lot easier than what they had to do way back when, right? When you had to hunt and find your food and all that stuff and build shelter and build homes for yourself. That seems like a lot more work to me, right? And for me, it's like, all right, if you don't like these things, right, there are alternatives, right? This is something I chose to do. I started my own business. Now, understand this, when you start that business, it's going to take a whole lot more than 40 hours to get done. Right, you're gonna be working way more than 40 hours. And if you can ask anybody that has a business, that owns a business, they work way more than 40 hours. This is nothing. 40 hours is nothing, right? But that is an alternative. But it's hard work in the beginning. But if you can get to a point where you create systems, then you can reduce the amount of work that you have to do and live a very nice, comfortable life, right? This is all something, anyone that's starting a business, this is the goal. Right? Instead of having to work for somebody else, making someone else rich, you create your own thing and build the satisfaction of that. Find some purpose in that. Because for me, I think that's what it is lack of purpose. Right? Lack of purpose is working on someone else's path to getting rich, right? To building wealth, right? You're not doing it for yourself. You're helping somebody else get wealth. And I think that's where the struggle comes from. Also, what's probably also an issue is obviously social media. The fact that you're on social media, you're seeing this life lived by other people. People are buying nice clothes, cars, people going on vacation. The world is a big place. People get to travel. And you're looking at it like, yo, I want to do that. And I can't do that. Why? Because I'm working. Right? That's probably what I think that's the biggest issue for a lot of people when it comes to the whole concept of working, is the fact that they're on social media and they see so much going on, they see so much people having fun, and they feel like they can't have that life because they are stuck at work and they don't make enough money. But we all understand what social media is. When you see that stuff on social media, most of that stuff is not real, right? So you can also, like I said, the alternative: start your own business, or two, find a spouse that's going to afford you that leisure of just relaxing, right? That person will work in your home, chilling, relaxing, doing whatever your thing. You don't have to worry about all that labor, right? But you're going to work. There's always going to be work, right? There's no ifs, ands about it. Like, you have to work for whatever you want. There's no in order to get, you have to give, right? You don't get anything for free. Everything has to be earned. And I think for a lot of people, they struggle with this concept. Because work is work. Like, I know most people don't like their job, but job is not for something that you like. Hopefully when you're doing a job, it's something that you're passionate about and it's something that brings you purpose. But for a lot of people, that's hard to find, right? Sometimes you have to create that level of purpose for yourself, right? And that's maybe doing your own thing, starting a business. So yeah, look at the whole working thing. It is a tedious thing. Like, I deep down, I understand, because I look at when I was young, getting out of college, I said to myself, like, oh man, doing this, working a 9-to-5, working for somebody else. Yeah, I don't want to be doing that. But I figured it out. I understood. You know what? If that's what you want, Ralph, then the working is not the problem. Like, being able to work is not an issue. I think, especially men, that you have to work. Like, find some purpose in work. Building something that brings you joy. And I think for a business, like, if you're someone that's starting a business, then you understand, like, personally how much that building that business means to you. It's like the closest thing to birthing a child for a man, right? Building something from the ground up and creating that thing, and it's building you purpose and getting you the things that you want in life. So yeah, so I get it, but you're 23. This is the time to grind, and this is the best time to make work, and obviously set yourself up so that you, hopefully, as you get older, you don't have to work as hard as you do it as in your 20s. So those are my thoughts. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Later.